What is up, Houserites? My name is Jason Houser! Today's date is December 27th, 2022. And before we get to this review, check out my short film, Frank Hates You, linked in the description below. In this review, it's gonna be double feature review. This is the first time I'm reviewing 2 movies in one video. You know what? I think we should just, get started. Movie number 1! Night of the Living Dead. By the way, I'm taking a shit right now, and it's January 2nd. Let's continue. A group of people are trapped in the farmhouse, while ghoulish creatures are outside, roaming about. And they're hungry for human flesh. Huh, look at me, I'm shirtless. Wow. Oh, magic. Let's get to the facts. An early concept was originally going to have alien teens meet up with human teenagers and generally cause mischief with the help of a cosmic pet. The idea of Night of the Living Dead was inspired by I Am Legend, a novel that takes place after an outbreak that turns both living and dead into vampiric creatures. At the time of The Living Dead, only one adaptation existed, The Last Man on Earth, starring Vincent Price. Back to the movie. Since this movie was filmed in black and white, red ink and chocolate syrup were used for blood. Local residents wanted to see the filming of the nude zombie girl. According to actress Judith Ridley, they had their lawn chairs set up to view the nude model. The nude model's name was Carol Wayne, and she was a nude model for the Art Institute of Pittsburgh. They didn't call these creatures zombies in the movie. They called them ghouls. Back then, zombies were basically part of the voodoo culture in Haiti. They were slaves. So this movie made the modern zombie. Oh, look at me, still shirtless. It's January 6th. Let's continue. 2 people volunteered to be set on fire, but the third time a person was set on fire was an accident. George A. Romero has a cameo as the reporter. Stop meowing! Sorry, she's in heat. Night of the Living Dead is in public domain because of an error in the credits. Tom Savini, the man who helped with Friday the 13th, Maniac, and Dawn of the Dead, has his directorial debut with this 1990 version of Night of the Living Dead. Now, should I give it an A for being awesome and amazing, B for being good, C for being okay, D for being bad, or F for being terrible? Flat out fucking terrible. I'm gonna give this one a B. Zombie films aren't my go-to in horror cinema, but I consider this movie to be a classic and way ahead of its time. It not only started a zombie apocalypse, but it also gave horror a new look, and that's something I can appreciate. Romero is a legend for horror movie fans, and I can tolerate this classic horror movie, especially for the unsettling nature of flesh-eating monsters that appear to be human. Well, they used to be humans. But it's a good film, and I can't deny it. It's a special entry in independent cinema in general. It spawned other Living Dead movies and continues to inspire other horror filmmakers to make their own zombie movie. It also made the zombie more ghoulishly vicious. And that's my thought on Night of the Living Dead. Let's go to movie number 2, Carnival of Souls. After surviving a fatal car accident, Mary starts having visions of a strange man and finds herself drawn to a deserted carnival. Let's get to the facts! Oh, look at this. I have a shirt on, and it's also January 7th. Wow. Now I'm gonna read my facts to you guys. Anyways, what did I learn? Herc Harvey came up with the idea of Carnival of Souls after driving past an abandoned place in Salt Lake City, Utah. Stop meowing! I know you're in heat! I get it! Go! I'll be right back. Let me read that again. Herc Harvey came up with the idea of Carnival of Souls after driving past an abandoned place in Salt Lake City. The place I'm referring to is Saltaire Pavilions. By the way, I wrote all this, and I wrote all the fucking review shit, so that's why I'm looking here. I wrote it down. I actually typed it. I didn't write it. I know you're in heat! This movie was produced on a budget of $33,000. The movie was shot in 3 weeks. George A. Romero, yeah, you know where this is going. George A. Romero said that the ghostly figures in this movie inspired the looks of the ghoulish zombies in Night of the Living Dead. I learned that today, and it's crazy that I'm doing this as a double feature. So, yeah. Candice Hilligoss, if that's how you pronounce her fucking name, would later star in another horror film called The Curse of the Living Corpse, which also has Roy Scheider in it. You guys know Roy Scheider, right? He's from Jaws. All that jazz. Jaws. Herc Harvey also plays the man, you know, by the man I mean like the main ghoul. I know you're in heat! Stop it! Herc Harvey previously worked for the Centron Corporation, directing and producing industrial and educational films. So that's what the director did before Carnival of Souls. It was based in Lawrence, Kansas, by the way. Yeah. Centron Corporation, based in Lawrence, Kansas. Carnival of Souls is basically the only feature film by Harvey, but only because it didn't gain widespread attention at the time of its release. This film was later remade in 1998, and it was completely different. Guess who was the executive producer of the 1998 remake? Wes motherfucking Craven, bitches. Thoughts on the original Carnival of Souls? Yes, I wrote down my thoughts, and I'm gonna read it to you. By the way, I'm giving this an A. So I give this movie an A. Carnival of Souls has an amazing concept, and I really love the idea. It's a perfect example of guerrilla filmmaking, and I think the filmmakers did a great job making a horror film that was way ahead of its time. And honestly, I love a good horror film that's independent, that's simple, that's fucking bizarre, that's fucking... Man, the guerrilla filmmaking, it steals the fucking show, man. This movie always has me speechless, and I love the unsettling shots it has. The music also adds to the chilling mood of the film. The guerrilla filmmaking part of it inspired me to make films. Guerrilla filmmaking in general inspired me to make films like Frank Hates You, which is linked in the description below. But, man, Carnival of Souls is such an interesting movie, way ahead of its time. Yeah. Guerrilla filmmaking inspires me to make films, so honestly, that's all I gotta say. I noticed that I graded Night of the Living Dead a B, and I gave Carnival of Souls an A. This does not mean I like the film more than the other. It's just grading them like individually. So don't say that I like Carnival of Souls more than Night of the Living Dead. It's a completely different movie. So, I want to make that clear. Anyways, yeah, those are my thoughts on Night of the Living Dead and Carnival of Souls. And that was my double feature review. I hope you liked it. Night of the Living Dead, Carnival of Souls.